is an organization that I contacted, and they, instead of calling me back, they texted me. I've had strange experiences like this. So this is a domestic violence organization in a crisis. Instead of them calling me back, they sent me a text. And the games when I call back in. What it says is contacted you because I believe you called. My phone's malfunctioning. Okay. Contacted you because I believe you called for office looking for case management. Please feel free to contact me from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. See if you qualify for services. See if you qualify. I haven't for years. If I cannot get back to you immediately, I will make sure to call you back as soon as possible. Thank you. Why would you call? I mean, text instead of calling me directly? But this is what I've had to endure years. Strange events like this. Yes, I was referred to you guys. I'm in a domestic violence crisis and have multiple false arrests. And I'd like to know how you could help. The domestic violence crisis involves the police department. My abuser enlists the police into his abuse.
Okay. Let me give you our victims department telephone number for you to call directly, okay?
Okay. Yes, I'd like to get information on how you can assist me. I'm in a domestic violence crisis, which has included the police department. I have
Okay.
multiple different false arrests, and they're having conspirators conspire to violate my rights and deprive me of services to escape their abuse.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. So tell me, you're saying that's the situation you're in right now, correct? And the
That
law enforcement has been involved,
that's correct.
and and you're needing at this point in time, in what way, what services were you
Yeah,
looking
this
for?
is what I've had to endure years. I'm not quite sure
Hmm.
you heard me when I said, "How can you help?"
Right. Right. Okay. Well, and so,
Advocacy,
okay,
and your
and
name is
you have that,
Stephanie.
Stephanie, correct?
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah. And we have. Let me um, get this one spot right here. Okay. Um, my name is Stephanie, and we have different services here that are available for victims. Besides law enforcement, has there been any other agencies that you have worked with, like maybe Safe Haven or One Safe Place?
Are you unwilling to answer the question of how you can assist, and then we can go from there? Are you
Oh
an
yeah, I can.
advocate?
Yeah, I am, and
Okay.
we have case managers in our department that can help with getting people different resources, connections, helping you with the victims crime compensation application if that's something you're needing assistance with. Our agency also has a legal team of a paralegal and an attorney that can help people with their cases depending on if it qualifies, and that would require you speaking with them to see if you need any kind of legal help. And then
Yeah,
we also
because
have.
here's the problem. I can't interrupt the schemes to keep me from services, so I don't qualify ever. The police just
Okay.
contacts, they monitor me. I believe they're monitoring my device. And then when people duck and dodge me, and then for 5 years plus, I haven't qualified.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't
Um,
understand why domestic violence organizations have changed their procedure, and women that were in a domestic violence crisis and needed help got the help. But now I never qualified with 20 something false arrests. I don't know why you would
mhm.
have to state if you qualify. Why would a woman not qualify if she's been arrested 20 times by police in her domestic violence crisis? That's a red flag.
Mhm.
That should
Right.
automatically qualify. A red flag is for you to say if I qualify.
Okay. Okay. Well, and so what specific help are you wanting or needing? Because then I can
That
help
what you said
determine if
sounds
you
good, but
qualify
I
for that.
think that was a red flag if you said if I qualify. Now, like I said in the past, women that were needed the assistance that were in a domestic violence crisis were able to get it. But now for me,
Hmm.
since I'm in my crisis, you have to qualify, and I haven't qualified.
Well, and I'm not when it comes to legal services, I'm not the attorney or the paralegal, so I know that they have cases that they can um, represent and help with, and then they have situations where they can't. I don't know what those parameters are, so I would have to put you forward to Jennifer, our paralegal, and you can let her know what your circumstance is. And then if she can't, if for some reason it's something, again, I can't tell you why or why
Well, you
not
help
because
with
that's their
protection orders,
department.
right?
Pardon?
You help
Say
with
again?
protection orders. It's the domestic violence
Yes.
organization. So
True.
you'd
Uh
help
huh.
with
Yes.
protection orders.
Yes, that's true. We
Okay.
can
Do
do
you
that.
help with custody disputes for the domestic violence? Okay.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah. So, would you like me to give you? I can see if Jennifer is available, and if not, because she's going to be the one to be able to answer those kind of questions.
Okay.
That's
Well, what
outside
about the
of my
case
scope.
management? Getting coming in and doing case management, maybe meeting her in person.
Yeah, those were the way the case managers normally meet with their clients is we schedule clients to come into our office here in Fort Worth, and then they can have an appointment with one of the case managers and explain. You probably talk to them on the phone ahead of time and just let them know what you're looking for in meeting. That way, they can be prepared to help you when you come in for your scheduled appointment. So that's an option too. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how do I get started?
Okay, well, let me get your name from you. That will help.
Okay. My phone is hacked and the police want to investigate. So my main number keeps getting cut off in a whim. So I'm going to give you this backup number.
Okay, sure.
Okay. One moment. So,
And let me see what else.
so you do
Go ahead.
offer accompaniment if
Yes.
fully aware that like I'm reporting to you, the police has been behind conspiring with my domestic abuse crisis. So the
Mm-hmm.
advocate does go to the police department. Do they also call and help advocate for that party, making sure that calling to confirm that the police were investigating
I
reports?
know we do accompaniment to both like police interviews if there was a court date, stuff like that. We do provide that service, and they can reach out to police departments as well and kind of see. I don't do that, so I don't know 100% what they do when they can call. I don't know what information they're allowed to find out or not find out, but inquire and advocate on the behalf of their client. They can definitely, do that and so forth. So that
Yes.
that one will be a case manager question just for complete clarification on that.
Okay. I'm just concerned about the response that I've been getting to multiple false arrests in my domestic violence crisis, and then the
Mm-hmm.
response is if I qualify. It
Yeah,
just appears that there's just something inappropriate going on to get that response. If you were arrested multiple times in a domestic violence crisis, I would think that that would be serious. Because average women
yeah,
that are in domestic violence crises, they can go to the police, they can go to organizations, they can go to churches for help. And if that's been
sure.
robbed of that person, I would think that that would be more serious. And
I
wouldn't
understand.
but in fact that I've been denied of assistance. So I just want to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that doesn't continue to happen.
And are you saying other agencies have denied helping you because of you've been arrested? Is that true? Is what you're
No,
saying?
I'm not
Okay.
being heard. The police department
Okay.
interrupt any assistance that I have to escape their abuse that they're enlisted in.
Okay. I
So
see.
they've done
Okay.
unethical things and
Mm-hmm.
that they should not have been doing to keep me from assistance. So they've contacted
Okay.
multiple other. They used to show up at the organizations and assault and arrest, but I started
Mm.
recording my interaction with them. So now they put the
Mm-hmm.
organizations up to take in the file for the crimes that they're committing. Conspiring to
Mm.
violate someone's rights is criminal.
Yeah,
So
I
they're very
understand. Okay.
smart. So they let the organizations take the file for their active crime.
I see. Okay. 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 All right. Well, that's frustrating.
It
Yeah.
is.
Very much so. So tell me what you would like first. Like, I could put you through to Jennifer, and you could chat with our paralegal about the legal part, or I could get you to a case manager to schedule a visit here.
I
We
think
can
all of that
do
is
both at the same
positive.
exact time.
I
Uh
think
huh.
all of that would be great if you put me in for Jennifer and then set
Yeah.
up a time. I just want to make sure that, police have interrupted me getting services. So I want to make
Mhm.
sure that before I come and that you guys are willing to give me the services and won't sabotage them.
Sure.
Because each
Okay.
time I
Okay.
try to get help, I go in, do protection orders, and then the locations threaten security to keep me from getting further assistance.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, well, Keanu, we want to help take care of you. I want to see. I'm going to put you on a real brief hold. I want to see which one who's available because I can tell you that Jen, a paralegal, she might be in her office right now and she might be in court handling a case. So I want to see if it's like a voice message situation for her. If that's the case, I'll get you to a case manager first. But I just don't know who's available. So if you give me a quick moment, I can investigate that for you um, and send you to the right person. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, awesome. Sure thing. One moment. Yeah.
Okay, yes. I am in a domestic violence crisis that has involved the police department, and they have came and pushing and shoving me, and they entice multiple organizations in conspiracy to violate rights crimes. and schemes to violate my rights and keep me from services to flee the abuse. My false arrests are in the 20s. They came to New Beginnings in Garland, Texas, and arrested me and assaulted me at a domestic violence crisis. I've had abuse at churches trying to report abuse.
Okay. And when did this all happen, or is it something that has been happening?
It's been going on a long time. It got out of control when I ended the online relationship with the abuser, and police lied on me in Itasca, Texas. They said I assaulted them and evaded arrest. Since they had body cams on, and it was obvious that they were slandering me with the body cam footage. I was not in the same room with them when they said I assaulted them. So the police, the judges, internal affair, and multiple other parties covered for the actions of the police officers, and then they gave me 911 abusive call for reporting crimes that police in Marion County was committing, and I still have that charge.
Okay. And what is it that you're trying to seek from us?
I'm not quite sure what all you can do. Can you? Are you an advocate?
Yes, ma'am. We
Okay,
are
what can you
advocates.
do? I know advocacy is part of the services.
Yes. Uh huh. Yeah, we do offer counseling here, and we can definitely go with you to the police department if you are trying to make a police report, or whenever you do have to go to court, we can try to accommodate that, and we can be there for you. Um, but I am. You mentioned that this happened in Garland.
No, it happens everywhere. I'm targeted by multiple different police departments. I'm in
Okay.
Fort Worth now.
Okay.
Yeah, but the multiple different departments, including the Fort Worth Police Department. I was at CPS in Arlington, and the police came and first they had a security guard lie on me. Security has been enlisted in schemes as well as police. So a security guard was waiting on me. She asked me where I was going when I walked into the building, and she acted like she knew me. She said, "You are you looking for CPS?" So that was strange that she knew where I was going. I said, I just want to go to the building I'm going to. I don't want you asking me where I'm going. She later came up and lied and said I assaulted her. She said that I hit her, was trying to fight her. So after I recorded the interaction, because I know people repetitively lie on me in that manner and have taken my freedom with lies. So I recorded the interaction, and then the police came and covered for her lying and said I was trying to fight her, and it was recorded on camera footage that I wasn't. So the police then arrested me on my way out the door for criminal trespass. And in jail, they wouldn't let me go to court, didn't give me an attorney, left me in jail with time served, and put me in maximum security. And I have documentation and proof of all of that experience. They come and interrupt protection orders, me or at organizations, at churches, and have had no consequences for their bad behavior. And multiple locations that I was getting service at, they come back later and retract on services.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. It sounds like a lot, especially because you have multiple police departments
Right.
involved. Mhm. Um, so I know I asked this already, but what are you trying to what do you want us to do for you? Do you want us to uh, go with you to this?
I'd like you to
Do you have
advocate
an
because for
okay?
5+ years, no one was willing to advocate. They wanted, I don't know how to get myself out of this crisis. I like people who have expertise and knowledge to kind of help advocate for me, but I haven't had that. That was so robbed, been robbed of that. So when I call these organizations, they say, ask me what I want instead of advocating for me and providing me services that they know that I need.
Okay, but in order to kind of advocate for you, we kind of do have to have an understanding of what services you need.
Okay, well, what
Um,
can you offer me knowing my situation, and then I'll let you know what I need? What can you
okay,
offer knowing that the police has arrested, taken my freedom out of corruption multiple times and haven't had any consequences?
I mean, we can go with you to the police department, but we can't speak on your behalf.
Okay. And what else can
I
you
mean,
offer when police are abusers?
we we typically recommend clients to look for a civil attorney if they want to advocate or fight off the police department for a violation of their rights.
Okay, so this organization has not had any encounters where police were maybe like a officer was a abuser. You don't have experience in that.
Not necessarily. We typically the offender is the partner and
But what if the
family
partner is
member.
a police?
I personally have not had that interaction, but I can definitely find out by my manager
Okay.
and see. Hmm.
Yes, I like advocacy first, and the support that you said that you can offer, and the legal, and for you guys to be honorable and not let anyone intercept my services, because that has been a pattern in
Okay.
the past.
Okay. Okay. If you don't mind, I can place in a brief hold and speak to my manager right now.
You have to speak to your manager. Okay. It's 11:18. I do believe the police department is calling these organizations and instructing them on how to violate my rights. So let's see how this goes. They can look at everything that I'm doing on my phone, listen in. Someone told me they can listen in even when my phone's off. I don't know how true that is. So you saw in the past how when I try to dial numbers, how it functions, the data goes off and it holds me up. Then they can control the calls.
Diana?
Yes, you had me on hold.
Yes, ma'am. I did have to speak to my manager, like I mentioned.
Okay, what did your manager say? Well, is there a particular reason why
Yes.
you had to speak with your manager?
Yes, ma'am, because I had to double check if what you were requesting was within our scope. And unfortunately, like I did mention, we can advocate for our clients only if it's sexual abuse.
Okay, who
Um,
told you that it wasn't, ma'am? We didn't discuss that in our conversation. Did they tell you that while we were on hold?
Ma'am, you never mentioned sexual abuse. You did mention domestic violence.
Right, but who told you that it was otherwise?
Ma'am, I'm only going based on the information you provided.
You did not ask
I
if it was.
cannot.
So you're saying that your organization only helps if there has been a sexual issue?
Yes, we are a sexual abuse agency. So if there's sexual abuse, can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, it's not really realistic, so I don't really like talking about it. But it has been some an incident that I didn't really want to discuss.
Okay.
We have to discuss about the sexual experiences with you to get services. That's a
Yes,
mandatory.
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
because
ma'am.
I got was referred to your location by organization. It said nothing that you only help. It said domestic violence victims and the victims of sexual abuse.
Okay, ma'am. Unfortunately, it seems like we're not quite understanding each other.
Okay, what's the name of your organization?
The Women's Center of Tarrant County.
Okay, I'm going to your website.
Okay, perfect.
Just one moment. Okay, ma'am. I do see on the website that you say that you help rape crisis and victim services.
Yes, ma'am. And I did ask what kind of services you were requesting.
Victim services.
Okay, can you tell me more about that?
Well, I have to leave in just a minute, ma'am. I've been on the line with you almost 30 minutes. But
I
it
bel Yeah, of course.
okay. So just so I have understanding and clarity. So are you retracting on the legal aid and the victim services by me being violated by the police department? You can't help with my abuser can enlist the police department. My phone's acting up, ma'am. I don't know what's going on with my phone.
No, that's not necessarily what I'm saying. What I'm saying, I want more information about the sexual abuse and the domestic violence, and I'm not quite getting that information from you.
Oh, the victim services.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
Oh,
trying to get more of an understanding of what's going on.
oh, okay. By me saying that I've been arrested at a domestic violence support group and assaulted, there's not enough you need. There's child custody, police by communicating that police interrupt any help that I have and assaulted me for attending a domestic violence support group, 20 false arrests. What else would you need, ma'am? They
What
hacked
kind of
my
services
phone.
you're
They
trying
hacked
to
my
seek from
phone
us?
as well, and then list other people in conspiracy to violate rights crimes, as I reported earlier, and which
I
is
am trying to
criminal.
find
They
out. Okay, ma'am. It seems like we're not going to understand each other. Call us back whenever you have time.
Okay, what do you mean that we're not understanding each other, ma'am? We've been on the phone 30 minutes. Are you saying that I'm doing something that's not appropriate? I'm not doing what I need to do to inform you of my experience? I'm not doing it properly? Is that what you're stating?
I'm not stating that, ma'am. I'm trying to see what kind of services you're trying to get from us, and you're not giving me enough information.
Oh, I get gaslit, ma'am, a lot. I did already tell the person that I was needed legal, and she said that she was going to put me on, try to get the legal representative. And then all of a sudden, the supervisor got on the phone. I've had to endure a lot of scams that you got to see to believe, ma'am. I don't know why when I go report these unusual events to my cell phone provider, do the police come interrupt? I've had this experience all over the United States. I don't know how it changed from getting trying to get legal on the phone to then all of a sudden a supervisor. I don't know like why legal aides multiple have denied me assistance while police came and forced me to leave from a location trying to get legal, and then it was sabotaged at Frank Crowley and going in person to try to hire my own attorney, ma'am. I think that someone has set up some legal issues and trying to enforce that they stand, and I get no assistance to get out of these legal issues that were purposely created out of malice. So if someone is deliberately having these places deny me my violate my rights and deny me assistance in the conspiracy, that is criminal. And I'm just trying to get all the evidence that I need, ma'am, so these people can get the charges that they've wrecked up. I think that's a felony charge, conspiring to violate someone's rights. But, ma'am, I do have to leave. Your name's Diane.
It's Diana.
Okay, Diana. Okay, I'll call you back and maybe we can get common ground on for 5 years plus. While a lot of organizations said that it was my fault that I was not getting services to the degree where they had to
Definitely.
call security on me and force me to leave because it was my fault they were denying me services. That's what abusers
Yes,
do.
ma'am.
They gaslight, and a lot of abusers are narcissistic with their abuse. If they could be, blame the person that you're violating for their abuse. Okay, ma'am. Yes, I have to go. I'll call you back.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.